Hey guys, Event Horizon X1 here, and welcome to my review of Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Sin City: A Dame to Kill For is directed by Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller and stars Mickey Rourke, Jessica Alba, Josh Brolin, and Eva Green in the sequel to the 2005 film based off of Frank Miller's graphic novel Sin City. A lot of my points about Sin City: A Dame to Kill For will be drawing back to the first Sin City, being it is a sequel as it brings back essentially all of the characters from the first, as well as some new ones. Now, the first Sin City, uh, like the first Sin City: A Dame to Kill For intertwines a few different stories to make one big film. One story being the title of the film, A Dame to Kill For, which takes up most of the film and surrounds Josh Brolin and his conflict with Eva Green's character, Ava Lord, the Dame to Kill For. Josh Brolin replaces Clive Owen's role of Dwight in the sequel, and in my opinion provides a much darker, more believable portrayal of Dwight. Uh, while a good performance, the whole story of A Dame to Kill For seemed rather lackluster to me, which is considerably important when the story takes up most of the film. Uh, Eva, wholly naked Green, plays this rather exuberant, slightly over the top enchantress femme fatale type character, trying to use Dwight to her advantage. Now, while some parts of the story I found entertaining, um, it seemed to drag out too long, making the whole section seem kind of boring. um, but the other two stories, unlike A Dame to Kill For, were not based on the graphic novels, but rather written by Frank Miller, specifically for the film. Arguably, both of these stories outweighed A Dame to Kill For in both depth and entertainment value, in my opinion. One story follows up the Yellow Bastard from the first Sin City as it looks at the aftermath of Bruce Willis slash Hartigan's death as Nancy Callahan, played by Jessica Alba, is essentially torn to pieces. She is become an alcoholic and seeks revenge on Senator Rourke, played by Powers Booth, because he essentially framed Hartigan in the first Sin City. Though this story has the simplistic plot line as most of the stories did have in the first Sin City, this story was unfortunately kind of disappointing. The writing, I believe, is very well done for the story, and the action met my expectations, but I think it dwells down to Jessica Alba's performance as Nancy. I mean, in the first Sin City, Alba played a damsel in distress, which lacked really any depth. She was a vital part to Hartigan's story, but truly, honestly, I mean, the character didn't seem too hard to play. Now, in this, like I said, Nancy's tormented. She cuts her own face, and she sought absolute revenge. And unfortunately, Alba comes in way too over the top, which brought the story's value down quite a bit. Nancy's story, I believe, had a lot of potential, but I don't place all the blame on Alba, as I do believe she had the ability to play the role correctly, but the direction of Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller came in rather subpar. The second story, and my personal favorite of the film, was the story surrounding Johnny, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. His character is pretty much master of sleight of hand and seeks to beat Powers Booth's character, Senator Rourke, in cards. Now, by far, Johnny had the most substance in this film. He had clear motivation and would stop nothing to achieve it. But, wait, that sounds like Nancy's story, doesn't it? Let me tell you the difference. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's story lies closest to the stories in the first Sin City. A simple motivation with a bittersweet conclusion. Now, the bittersweet conclusion is very important as it sets the tone of Sin City. Now, it's pretty much no matter how much you win, you still lose in the end, which I thought was absent in the two other stories to a degree, especially in A Dame to Kill For. Now, this story also portrays Senator Rourke as a brilliant antagonist. We don't see much of him in the first Sin City, though he plays a vital role in Hartigan's story. But in this, he shines, brings a performance in Nancy's story that somewhat levies the distaste I have towards it. But his performance really brings up Joseph Gordon-Levitt's story and helps it to be my favorite in the film. But all in all, like the first Sin City: A Dame to Kill For is absolutely brilliant to look at, but it's most certainly not for everybody. We see much of the same characters, such as Marv, played by Mickey Rourke, return, while it pays homage to the film noir classics, which we don't see much of anymore. There are a lot of well-executed shots that conveyed the gritty tone of Sin City, making it a very dark film, but the stories themselves did not really meet the standards set by the first Sin City. I give Sin City: A Dame to Kill For a 6.7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Don't hesitate to rate this video if you liked it, and check out the rest of my channel and subscribe.